But what actually happened was that they had developed Bainbridge Gardens into a wonderful place. They had grocery store and greenhouses and nursery yards and vegetable gardens and ornamental fountains and water features and all that went under trauma except for the grocery store. The grocery store was leased out to some very honest people who paid the rent. So by paying the rent, they were able to pay the taxes. A lot of families lost their whole land and buildings, because they couldn't come up with the money to pay the taxes. So my uncle and my father blessed the grocery store owner or renter, were able to pay their taxes, but unfortunately the people who ran the nursery just let it go, and it crashed into the heavy weight of snow. The greenhouses were totally collapsed, and most of the inventory and the ornamentals, the beautiful fountains, etc., and water features, they were all either pilfered or damaged beyond repair, and it must have been really crushing to come back and see that. And my dad, I do remember one thing after we came back, we were driving around the island for some reason, I'm not sure. But my dad would point out certain trees, and he says, that used to be mine. So they must have had a free-for-all for picking up the plants. Yeah. So it must have been painful for my dad and my uncle, because they had worked so hard. And the total devastation pretty much ended their partnership, and so they split the property on. He got the east side and we got the west side, and they both my uncle and my dad separately tried to rebuild Bainbridge Gardens. We kind of had a Bainbridge Gardens 1 and Bainbridge Gardens 2, but they were both getting up in age, and they didn't have the energy to bring it up to where it was.